For years now, I've been sharing life hacks, and those are tips and tricks to make your life a little bit easier. Well, cheat codes, these are changing the game, okay? They're next level. These are like my life secret. I will have everything down in the description box so you don't forget. Also, you might want to save and share this video. Now, this is my #1 favorite cheat code for getting free books. And this feels illegal to know, but it's perfectly allowed, okay? So you can get free books using Libby. I'm sure we all kind of know that by now. You just need a library card. There's an app, free books from the library, okay? But when you get a book from the library, you only have it for a limited amount of time, like 2 to 3 weeks. But what if you need more time? Here's what you do. You download the books that you have borrowed, and then you put your Kindle in airplane mode. And you know what that does? The book is off the grid, okay? So you can have it on your Kindle in airplane mode for as long as you need to read it. And I believe when you do this, when your hold time is up, then it does go back into the ecosystem. So then other people could rent it. So there is no harm in this one. This cheat code has genuinely saved me hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And it is a way to get very discounted hotel rooms at nice hotels. So I use either Priceline or cheaptickets.com, usually Priceline, and they have the hotel section. But typically what you have to do here is you pick an area and you have to book a hotel blind, and you can get it for a discounted rate. And when I say discounted, like 40 to 60% off, but then that's a risk because you're booking a hotel blind. Like, what if you don't like it, right? There's a workaround, and the workaround is there's a browser extension called Travel Arrow. And so what you do is you select the area, the dates, and it will give you a room, and it will say like 4 or 5 star hotel, and the rate is really low. Then this browser extension will tell you what hotel it is. So you're not actually booking it blind. And I have stayed at like 5-star hotels for less than half the price. I could do an entire video on cheat codes just using ChatGPT. So I'm just gonna share a few of my most useful ways of using ChatGPT. I do share on my Instagram stories a lot of good ones as I come across them. ChatGPT is my personal handyman. If something breaks, like my garage door broke, I'm taking pictures. It is telling me step by step what to do, how to fix it. I've done it with my car. I've done it with my dishwasher. Like, take a picture and it will walk you through step by step of how to fix it. I use ChatGPT to review all contracts, everything legal that I'm dealing with, because a lot of it feels like it's a foreign language. So I'm like, explain this to me like I'm 10, like make this make sense. So all contracts, anything that you are signing, run it through ChatGPT to make sure you know what you're signing. But oh my gosh, I came across this prompt to basically have it psychoanalyze you and see your thought patterns and things that are holding you back in life. And I did it, and I'll put the exact prompt in the description box. And when I tell you this, it made me cry, and I had an existential crisis. Like, wow, did it hit deep? So only if you're ready, only if you're prepared to hear. And for me, it was more in depth because I've been using it. I have the pro version, so it knows me too well. If you are ever out and it starts raining and you don't have an umbrella and you need one, you know what you do? You walk right into the nearest hotel, restaurant, and you say, hey, I left my umbrella here. It's like a small black umbrella. Did you find it? And 9 times out of 10, they will give you an umbrella. And I don't know, is that bad? Is that unethical? I mean, if you're in a pinch, I'm not saying to do this every time, but if you're really in a pinch, also if you're ever out and about in a pinch and you cannot find a bathroom, the best place to go are hotel lobbies. They will usually always have a clean, accessible public restroom. Again, if you're in a pinch. Now, speaking of public bathrooms, if you are ever walking into a public bathroom, they did a little study on the best stall to pick with the least germs, the least likely to be dirty and gross. It is not the middle. 60 to 70% of people go to the middle stall. About 20% go to the one on the end. So what you want to do? You want to go for the one that's closest to the door. That is the one that, statistically speaking, is most likely to be clean, sanitary, and less disgusting. I feel like moms probably know this one, but just in case you don't, you always want to park next to the cart return. Not closer to the store, park near the cart return. Sometimes I don't park directly next to it because I'm worried about a lot of traffic right there. I don't want dings on my car. So I park one away from the cart return, because you're always going to have to go back to the cart return. And then you have the kids you're trying to juggle. So just in case you don't already do that. Also, I saw on TikTok that a lot of the major furniture brands get their furniture pieces wholesale from this website. So I'm going to put it right here. I have not personally tried it. I've just seen people ordering from there, and you can get apparently, allegedly, the same items as like high-end, like Restoration Hardware, Pottery Barn for like half the price. From one of the best books I've ever read, one of the things that has stayed with me for like 15 years is this: when you are arguing with somebody, you need to reorient the argument to the future. Because what happens is you're rehashing the past. You're trying to assign blame. You're talking about what happened and how it made you feel, right? But arguments and fighting live in the past. Reconciliation and healing lives in the future. So if you have hurt someone's feelings, instead of just saying, oh, well, I didn't mean to do that, that's not how it happened. No, that's in the past. We want to be future oriented. So what you would say is, I'm really sorry. I did not mean to hurt you. I acknowledge that I did. In the future, this is what I'll do differently. That is how you solve an argument. You need to move it to how you will change in the future. The past, you'll continue to fight. The future, you will actually solve. This is a psychological trick. If you want to change someone's behavior, this could be your kids, your spouse. A lot of people make the mistake by criticizing somebody to change them. The psychological trick here is you want to appeal to their highest self. Instead of saying, Carter, stop being mean to your sister, like that's bad. What you do is you say, hey, like you are such a good, kind, gentle person. Why are you acting out? That's not who you are. And then they will want to realign their behavior to match with their values and with the good that you see and that they know deep down that they are. This is one of my biggest ones that I've learned in my 39 years of life, is that if anything is going wrong, if you're flagging someone's behavior, let's say at work, a coworker, a boss, a significant other, keep evidence. Even if you hope you are never gonna have to need it or use it, keep it. Anyone can say anything that they want in life, but it comes down to what can you prove? Always keep evidence, keep it secure, back it up, and your future self will thank you. I used to have a lot of social anxiety and get nervous in groups and talking to new people. I now consider myself confident in social situations, and there's a couple things I do. First, instead of how are you, that's a dud of a conversation starter. Okay, so what I say now is, what's been making you happy lately? Or are you working on anything exciting? That instantly you're interested in their life, and it gets them to talk about something that they're excited and happy about, and that's making them happy. And then they associate that dopamine and those happy chemicals with you. And it usually sparks an interesting conversation. And then I always have remembered this quote, and that is, you can make more friends in 2 months by being interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to make other people interested in you. So I try to orient most of the conversation on learning about them. Like, I always think in my mind, like, what is something I can learn from this person, or something that's interesting about this person that I can take away from the conversation? Because it keeps it more oriented on them, and people want to be seen, valued, acknowledged. This one I learned from the book, Never Split the Difference. If you're ever told no, okay, a customer service representative, you're asking for something and you're told no, the response is, okay, so what's the workaround? Or is there a workaround? Phrase it like that, and they will be more likely to help you. This one, I don't even know if it's a cheat code. I love doing this. This is like, I call it my fairy godmother, because it benefits all parties involved. But if you experience someone who's very helpful in service, but especially if it's a regular place you go to, like your favorite restaurant or cafe, whatever, you ask to speak to the manager, and in front of the employee, you gush about them. You say, hey, Jimmy is amazing. He's the best barista. He always remembers my order. He just brightens my day. So few people are acknowledged anymore. Like, think of the last time if you received a compliment. You remember that. So I try to hype people up, compliment, but specifically to the manager, that feels even like 10 times better, and they will always remember you. This is a psychological life hack to make people like you more. Ask them to do you a favor. And what this does is it tricks their brain subconsciously into thinking that they like you, because I wouldn't do this person a favor if I didn't like them. So it reinforces this belief that they do in fact like you. And it can be something very small, like even just, can I please borrow your pen? Or can you grab me a glass of water? And they will like you more. This works for anyone. But then we're gonna add another layer to this. You want to thank them profusely, but in a specific way, okay? Instead of just thanks for the gift, what you want to do is you want to praise and acknowledge the effort for whatever kind gesture that they did. And it makes them feel so good, it gives them a dopamine rush. So instead of thanks for the gift, you say, Thank you so much. Like, that was so thoughtful. You remembered that I told you I wanted to learn pickleball and you got me a pickleball set. Like, do you see the difference? I will have everything down in the description box so you don't forget. Also, you might want to save and share this video. If you like this video, I will definitely make more of them. I will make this a series, but that just depends on you. So share and save the video. That really helps me out and helps out my channel. And I will see you soon with a new one. Bye.